What's going on, party people? How are we doing out there in the world? I thought I heard something behind me. There might be a ghost in here. What's going on, Kyle? Tally, of course, welcome. Unknown, how are you doing? Hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Another day in the Paradises. I think the Paradises is a gated community in Florida, right? The Paradises? It's
yeah. Is it one of those swingers clubs?
You upgrade from the villages to the Paradises. That's how that works. The final Broguecast. I know, Tally, it's the end of an era. But it's all right, though. I mean, yeah.
At the beginning of a new.
Yeah, it is the beginning.
I thought we were celebrating the 60th episode.
I mean, we're doing that, you know.
I got party hats and everything.
Final.
How come I never get an invite for a Broguecast? I mean, I think there was only a handful of people that I got on there, to be fair. I didn't even get Valley on here. It's all right, though. It's all right. Why is this the last?
Yeah,
well, we'll definitely.
The game, dude, is like, come on, making a comeback.
Is it? Is the game making a
We
comeback?
got new servers. Fix some of the weapons.
Did they? What's going on, J-Rep Money? How you doing, man?
I think you're, in my opinion, have fixed two different things.
How are you, Saul? Is it Gubert or Gubert Saul? How's it going? Welcome. This is the last because, I mean, we do it every other week. If we don't have anything to talk about in the span of 2 weeks, got to find something else to talk about, man.
And all we do is fight off air.
Yeah, I mean, we argue about the state of the game constantly. So it's time for, it's
We
not
all
you.
secretly hate each other.
Yeah, it's not you, it's me.
Contracts up.
Yeah, the contract has expired. Palicast for Paladins, I don't know. I think it's going to be very
Garbo's
much in
not
the,
even here right now, see?
yeah, I mean, he got kicked out. He got kicked out. Play some rogues so I can stream snipe. Lance, what do you have to prove? I mean, if you beat me right now, it doesn't mean anything because I'm just going to let you win. It was pretty repetitive. What? Paladins? Or what we have to talk about Paladins? Exactly, Lance. I mean, that's the thing here. You stream snipe me, I'm going to let you win, and I'm going to tell you that I'll let you win. That's just how that works. How you doing with I mean, I haven't played it in months at this point.
Been over a year for me.
Yeah. We played it, I think me and Marina played it earlier this year. It was still a bit nipply outside when we played it, so, a bit nipply. What, Garbo, you still alive?
Just joins us.
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you...
What does that mean for you? I'll leave. I'll get out of here. Y'all have a go.
No, fuck you. I'm saying it's a good thing.
No, I haven't played, and I haven't really had any interest in playing it either, to be completely honest.
Me neither.
What game?
Paladins.
No, I haven't. No. I had someone tell me to play it, and I was like, man, I only played it like when y'all were playing it.
Will do, Kyle. Will do.
I was actually coming off like the back end of it too, because like y'all were just beginning to transition to Rogue Company when I started playing Paladins with y'all.
It's about a month after you start playing.
Yeah, let's say I got on the ass end of it.
Garbo getting on the ass over here.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the ass end of certain things too.
Everything.
It has better reviews than Overwhelmed 2 on Steam. I mean, Yeah, but they review bombed that whenever they didn't release the or they canceled the story mode missions or whatever. What's going on, Thief? How you doing? Where's Garbo?
You got offline.
Wow.
Are y'all in Rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't
no,
played
no,
Bounce
no.
House. Yeah, I haven't played Bounce House yet.
Watch it gameplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, if I knew, I would have played. I
It's
would
all
have streamed a
good.
little. Y'all could have played it in game chat. It would have been great.
What's going on with Broguecast? It's the end of an era. We're filing divorce today. Paper is being signed. I'm taking 25% of it. Dirt's taking 25. Garbo's taking 25, and Co-Reed's taking 25.
I'm
sign
gonna take the
mine over.
login and just keep going.
That's
I'm
true.
already changing the password. Put my phone number in
Oh, I'm doing good, Izzy X. How are you? Bounce House is definitely made by Mojo. Makes sense. With it being the last broadcast and road company reducing updates, will you start making content about other games? So there will be an announcement towards the end of the broadcast episode. So what's going to happen is we're going to play a game or two, something like that. I haven't played Bounce House, so I need to play it before we start actually talking about the update and changes and stuff. And then we'll do the broadcast, and then I'm going to record broadcast. I'll cut it down, of course, and try to release it on Monday of next week like I would normally do. And then there'll be an announcement. So if you missed the announcement here because of the time, because I know it's late, there will definitely be a video that will go up. And of course, the live will still be up if you want to watch the whole rigmarole. What's going on, Phoenix? How are you? Not a whole lot. We're just hanging around, having a discussion, talking about who gets custody of the broadcast.
I don't want it.
You signing your rights over?
I will.
All right, there's Garbo.
I'll be right with you. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Let Garbo know Kyle be Garbo because he didn't know Garbo ended stream. Sounds about right.
Damn. It's all good. I only said I was playing for a couple hours because then I was going to get on the pod. I didn't know y'all were going to play a little more, or I would have extended a little bit.
Oh, it's fine.
I didn't know
God
until earlier
damn.
today that on Baldur's Gate you can save anytime you want to.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Be
you
in
can
the
press
middle
pause
of
and
you could be in the
yeah.
middle of a battle and just save.
Yeah,
and
save.
come right back to that battle.
Dude,
I would advise you not doing that though.
remember back in the day when games
Already
would
have.
auto save in the middle of a combat and you would get stuck
Dude,
and you had to
fuck
restart the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you pray, sometimes you're like, please somehow just reset to the last checkpoint,
Yeah.
not this checkpoint. Well, please. Sometimes the game
know.
will do it. Every
Yeah.
once in a while.
I will tell you this, that playing this game has made me be for sure the next time we start a new D&D campaign, I'm playing a paladin.
Oh yeah. Smite and
You
everything.
digging the paladin?
I'm
Divine smite.
digging the shit out of that paladin. I have no, like, it's funny because this character has no range, so what I've been doing with him has just been throwing javelins at people. And it's working.
Because it has, what, 60 feet? Is it 60-foot javelin range?
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can launch
It's
it like
the
a
same
missile.
as like a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm
right?
doing like 12 to 14 damage every time I hit him with a javelin.
That's hilarious. Can you retrieve the javelins once you throw them?
Yes.
Yeah, when you can just pick them up off the ground wherever they land.
Yeah, you just got to go get them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
Until
it.
I'm sure there's something they'll let you like grab them later.
Mhm.
But right now, you can go and pick. You have to go and pick them up.
Right.
Now there are some weapons that have like a Mjolnir mechanism where it returns to you after you throw it.
That's
Oh, that's badass.
I think that's a fighter Eldritch Knight ability is the, like, it's like a favored weapon thing where you can like
It
throw
is,
it and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but there are weapons that just have that enchantment as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you
So
can just find them and like go.
no, you're
This is
good.
about to be crazy.
Um,
No, I'm not.
So this is the last episode of the Broguecast. I am going to continue streaming, of course, normal schedule. I'm not going to play Uncharted. I don't have Uncharted, Kyle, unfortunately. But yes, I'm going to continue to make content on Rogue. I will continue to make videos on Rogue, but make a podcast on Plant vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Is that even still a thing that can be had?
I mean,
I gotta go with Canon,
I never
right?
played it.
It won't matter.
I mean, exactly. I gotta go with
Jolt
Canon.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played one game of this. I don't like it.
One was
I think it's fun.
I saw Gecko put a video up, right?
It made me think of
And-
Halo, because Halo does crazy shit like this. It also reminded me of DKO, but who's talking about that?
If you log on, you're banned because of modders. So if I created an account right now and I logged into it on PC, then I would just be insta banned. That sounds like a great experience.
I mean, this is gonna be a great experience.
Well, I mean, with the Broguecast, I figured, at least get one game. I saw the video. I'm not interested.
So I'm just trying to like punch people.
Yes, you'll find out why in just a second. Oh God.
Yep. No, I get it.
Yeah, this is a straight Halo Forge mode thing. This is exactly what I think of.
I wish you could knock your teammates around. That's what it's missing. The air control is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have better air control on here than you do on Overwatch.
I get what you're saying.
Like on Overwatch, when you start
Yes.
gliding, you can't do anything.
It's so hard to, yeah. Totally.
Oh, the whole team's on it.
I'm going to the next point. Why did they even put an objective on here? Yeah, I'm hiding. Like if this had damage, it would probably be more fun.
Ever.
Well,
Sabotage doesn't work, but hey guys, we get this.
And it works just fine.
Stupidly so.
But whenever you direct impact them, it doesn't bounce them, does it?
When you hit him with the bounce grenade,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it'll throw them off, yeah, but it,
What's going on,
Where'd it
Marco?
go?
How you doing?
Oh.
Juke is the best road for this mode because of the
Damn
juke boots. I didn't think about that.
I love you.
Ugh.
Ugh.
That's why the Broguecast is
Yeah.
breaking up.
That's why it's over.
Yeah.
That's why it's over. Because for some reason, Garbo likes you.
another
Crazy.
episode with y'all.
Damn,
I
fact.
thought this was just
I appreciate that, Phoenix.
our fifth. Oh, it was over. That's all right.
Love it. Love it. So good.
There is some weird hit detection issues with the bounce grenade. Like that right there.
Oh shit.
If you like direct impact them, it doesn't do the effect sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. I'm dead right here.
And they should have reduced the control that you have in air. You can basically like stop, and yeah.
Get out of here.
Come say I appreciate your analysis on things is something else. I appreciate that, Marco. I'm going to continue to do Rogue Company content. Just the Broguecast is going to be going the way of the dodo. Rogue is fun. I think COD is better though. I don't know.
We weren't murdered by white men.
They're bringing the dodo back.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're cloning it, right?
There's a group working on it.
Really
There's a few.
They got some dodo DNA.
Does that taste
dude, they got
delicious?
Tree
Got
side.
I wouldn't
that
mind trying
dodo DNA. Damn, just like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Sure it's safe too,
Yeah.
Imagine this is the end of the human species as a whole. They clone the dodo and it takes full control of the
Kills
world.
everybody.
Yeah,
It's
because
not as
everybody's
dumb as
like,
we
oh
thought."
yeah. Everybody's like, oh, it's so
AI.
cute.
There's a reason
Yeah.
why it was instinct,
We're back.
and it wasn't because they were dumb.
PlayStation just came out with Farm Simulator 22 for free. That's cool.
They weren't dumb. They just didn't have any natural predators, so they were
Yeah,
like,
they were like,
why would I be
kinda
scared
like,
of
oh, who's this guy?
anything?
Yeah.
Is it just one round of this?
Oh, two.
No, it's
I
two.
fucking hope so.
It's the
Somebody's got
best of
wind
two.
blast. Yeah.
It's best of two. Yeah.
How
So
long?
it's like 3 minutes per round. This is kind of. I play Warzone occasionally. It's been a while, but I play Warzone occasionally. Well, it hasn't been that long, really.
Nah, a few
Been a
weeks.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Only when you want to get mad.
Yeah. Am I ready? Whenever you got to make sure that blood pressure's still under
Yeah,
control.
blood pressure prescription.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
I have seen a lot of stuff about the new COD, but like they
I mean,
they
I'll
were
try
releasing
it.
videos and stuff today with like slide cancel, and they're bringing a lot of the mechanics back that people wanted.
Are they bringing back any maps that people want?
Well, the new Warzone map looks like Verdansk. Looks like an updated
brought back-
version
yeah.
of Verdansk.
I might play the actual like multiplayer because it's like a lot of obviously Modern Warfare 3. So they brought like all the iconic maps back. What's that one that had the house in the woods? What was that one called?
Estate.
State.
Oh, dude, yes, that's it. Yeah, that's where they're bringing that back. They're bringing a lot of.
What about
They're bringing a lot.
bunker?
They're bringing like 16 iconic maps from the OG ones. So I think Bunker might be in there too. Damn.
I'm over
Oh,
here
yeah,
just
that
fucking
requires an
contending with all of
They
them.
want like the last three.
It requires the official game, don't it? You can't just like.
Multiplayer.
Yeah,
Which is dumb. They should make the
Shut on, King Bowser.
multiplayer for free too.
They make so much from their fucking purchases and stuff. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I mean, Activision is a
They're greedy as fuck. I
money-making
know.
company. Yeah, money-making company. So.
Some greedy boys.
I like to beat the. Damn.
Beat the brakes
Beat
off.
the
them.
shit out of. One of them left.
Yeah, because they're like, this sucks.
Yeah, it kinda does.
I haven't even seen any
I
of that.
like it.
Oh, I've got
I wouldn't play it
emotes.
like for a game mode, but
I actually have emotes, guys. Look at me.
What? They fix it?
I don't know.
no, it's just the game mode.
Oh yeah, probably.
You have your
Uh,
Christmas outfit on that one.
Yeah. What's going on, Kang? How you doing, man?
Well, you remember that was the rule? It was like broadcast was over unless I get my emotes back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. A little stipulation there.
forgot about the stipulation, huh?
We'll just be doing shitty 10-minute
Shit out
episodes
of this guy.
from now on.
I wish I could. Can you? Nope. They give you too much floatiness to be able to use it as a boost. I wish Cannon's minigun actually worked here, though. Could you imagine?
No. I mean, horrible.
Oh, what do you think about the
This
changes so
part is
far?
so hard.
We go.
Dude, I can't knock anybody off.
Big on.
There you go, dude. Big ow!
Big on. I was about to give him a good smacking.
How did I get hit? I don't understand.
Like, do you have to throw it? Yeah, you have to throw it right at your feet. Okay. All right, just, oh yeah. Watching stream and outdoor security cam at the same time. Is there something happening?
I mean, he's probably got cams, bro. He's got cams. He's the security guard we gotta take down in Payday, okay? That's
Oh
in
God. I gotta mask up to do this, guys. Don't get caught.
Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the fixer changes are insane, right? Rare W with Rogue. If it's only in this game mode, I'm gonna be like, bro, what? What are we doing?
How did I get one elim?
I don't know.
You hit him so hard.
He's a cold-blooded killer.
I love this game mode. Really, Thief? We got
It's
double
fun.
Rogue
I mean,
Mastery XP right here. Neighborhood
not
Watch. Oh,
Thief,
I got you. I
That
got
sounds
you.
like Thief.
Yeah. It's a very thiefy thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick play before we get into it. Fixer
You
being
don't
worked
gotta
on
let me know,
again.
Thief.
Was Fixer changed based on his win rate on ranked mode? If it was based off of his win rate, then they would have nerfed him, but they buffed him. It's so fun. It's like, here's the thing. This is what I'll say, Thief. This is my thought, my logic behind this. We got 45 LTM modes that they came out with in that first year. The funnest LTM, Sabotage, was disabled and taken completely out of the game because they had to work on it. There's something wrong with it. There's a bug. They needed to fix it. But we're putting Bounce House in and not bringing Sabotage back, or 6v6 King of the Hill, or a queuable King of the Hill game mode. Like, that's kind of how I align. Like, it's fun, it's chaotic, it's goofy. Like, one match of that is enough for me to be like, okay, Bounce House, you know. But like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I would love for them to bring Sabotage back, at least just to where you can play it in customs. I would, like, if that was a thing, if they would have brought that back in customs, I would be doing customs only tonight, Sabotage, and just trying to get as many people in there and just having fun. That was fun. I have to create another character on Star Trek Online for the next update. Are they wiping everybody? Oh. Probably, if I had to imagine, it's either his win rate or pick rate, right? So I don't know. The notes probably say something about it. I haven't read the linear notes on Fixer yet. I just saw the changes they made to him. So the other thing that I have not tried out yet is the D40. So I'm gonna try that out.
You tried Secret?
We'll get that for sure.
Yeah, but I was using the night pick rate probably. I mean, that's
but-
probably a good, yeah.
Could you not feel her movement difference when you're playing her?
Dude, if you stem and run with her, you're as fast
You're
as
insane.
you're as fast as Lancer whenever she ults.
Even with evade? Or just when she...
Just when she ults, not with evade.
Okay.
And that's
Dude,
the thing.
Secret's fast.
And that's the thing. There's perks in the game that give you a movement speed increase. Why are you giving her a base movement speed increase when you have 3 perks to pick from? What is it? 10%, 20%, and 30% movement speed?
Yeah.
Like, what are... I'm not getting started on the broadcast yet. I'm going to save it.
Come
the breaks,
on.
man.
I'm
So Sigurd is buff.
All the way.
Like I said, I haven't read the linear notes on that. They're on the patch notes on Steam. The patch notes are on Steam now, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Nope.
That's the only
Wow.
place that you... I don't know. All their
No, I'll
websites...
never even see
Yeah.
them.
That's what I was about to say.
All their
I didn't see
websites
it.
redirect to the Epic Game Store version of the game, and they put the patch notes on the Steam version.
Oh, and then I saw the name.
What?
Lancer is underpowered.
Nah.
Oh.
It was Code
Okay. God. All right. Jesus.
I don't know. I'm going to read the notes whenever we get... No, don't talk about it. He's fine.
There's no way y'all are brothers.
Why?
Because he can't make the look at Lancer and be like, yeah, she's OP. So he thinks she's underpowered when you think she's overpowered.
That's why we work so well together.
No,
We
they're
balance.
definitely, they're definitely brothers.
I mean, no, I can tell.
Isn't that apparent?
The way y'all talk to each other, I can tell that's apparent. That like just the way y'all talk to each other, I can tell y'all are brothers. Like, oh, these guys are brothers. Like,
How do we
probably-
talk to each other? Like, for real?
Brotherly.
Like me and Dalton talk to each other.
Like, just joke around and have fun kind of thing? Just...
Y'all bounce off each other really
Yeah.
well.
Oh, okay.
Y'all talk. Y'all know. Again, y'all bring up your parents. There's little cool things that goes on to it. I'm burning myself. Somebody's burning me. I'm just dying.
It's me. I'm sorry.
There's a knife outside the door.
Oh, I triggered it too.
What sorcery is this?
You're just not seeing Thief as Garbo's daddy? Wow.
Okay.
Thief said, damn, I am.
That's probably why he's bald. He can't deal with it.
Pulling all his hair out.
Yeah, I'm stressing him the fuck out. I mean, he was yelling at me earlier. I'm not gonna lie. He was pretty upset with me. Oh well.
Wow, I just got dropped by the... She's right here. I'm getting some hitching.
You're welcome.
Lay them hands on me. I'm going to go ahead and rotate. There's somebody in this room right here. Knife's on the other side of that door.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
I was talking to... Oh, for Lancer? He's trolling.
Lethal out. Ill control.
I ain't go where I wanted to.
Like, you can still tell that it's not where it was, like where it once was, but it is still strong.
This gonna be sick.
There's one in Taint. There's two back there. Am I trolling? And then I just start morphing into a troll.
How did you know my secret?
Yeah. I start asking for riddles. Start giving riddles out and asking for riddles. Oh, you want to play with me? You're going to have to answer this riddle.
Ill controlled.
Well, we can't be friends because I don't like riddles.
Exactly. Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah. The Riddler shows up. I'm like, I give up. I don't want to be Batman anymore.
Need a light?
I like how she asked the person she's resin if they need a light. Like she's going to light somebody on fire.
You need a light? I mean, she might be doing this authority. She might be off in smoke. You don't know.
How does Garbo garb if Garbo garbos?
Lethal out.
It's a magic trick.
Eldritch Magic.
I've got the problem. Just swaps. My gun just randomly swaps to another gun.
To a pistol? Yeah.
Yeah. It swapped to the HRM, but I wasn't expecting it.
Switch
Me and
match
Dirk
point.
do the exact
Let's
same
get it.
amount of damage.
Y'all do.
We've done it a
Control
couple
the hell
times.
to gain points.
We
Wow.
have, man. We're on the same wavelength.
So here's the
Alpha
thing.
wavelength.
I don't
Oh.
want to do this. But I do at the same time. Play every character in Bounce House to see if all my characters have emotes. But I don't want to do that.
No.
That is like the last thing that I want to do.
Lethal out. Controlled.
None of us want that. Too.
You're welcome.
I'm up.
It wouldn't let
Get
me.
back in the
Damn.
fight.
2 enemies spotted.
It's coming.
Her HP went up. I hear that the Hydra's worse now, but I think it's better than it was. Well, that's
I think it's better.
like I mean, that's the same thing that's happened with guns in the past.
Alright, Chalk. Just fucking perfectly positioning yourself. Can't beat me in a 1v1, that's what. I'm going to the point.
I got a video coming out in 30 minutes, Thief, about the Ibex.
Talk about how's the best SMG in the game, right?
Nah, definitely not. Can I just not get crossed? What do you mean the last one? This will be the last one, Shane, but there's a surprise.
What is it?
If you watch long enough, you'll unlock the hidden Mouska tool. You know what I'm saying?
Hill control.
No, I guess I went to the other point.
Hill controlled. I shall watch you suffer.
House. She just shot that at the statue. She didn't even shoot it at the ground. I mean, the hip fire on it is insane still.
Hill control.
Broguecast is like any other legend. They don't die. They just
Hill control.
never give up, never surrender.
It's okay. I've got you. Hill control.
Music to my ear. Yikes.
God.
Move here.
You'll let him kill me.
Help me out.
I ran out of ammo.
Yo,
She's right here. There's two right there in the staircase.
Hill controlled. Nice work, team. Checks in the mail.
All right, I think I tried everything out.
I thought this job would be harder.
Let's get you out of here.
What sorcery is this?
I mean, y'all ready to start it? Y'all want to run one more?
I mean,
Let's start it. I prefer not to play this game anymore.
right.
You
Yeah,
gotta
you
wonder why they changed. Hey, we'll talk about it. It was just fresh on my mind.
Yeah, you can one tap with the Devo as fixer. Confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Confirmed. All right, let me swap over. Let me go ahead and get the chat pulled up on the other screen here. Meow, meow, meow.
I think my game is bugged. I can't buy the event pass.
Huh.
Well, did they release a new one?
Well, the update dropped.
I mean,
Don't they always have a event pass?
I mean, technically,
Historically, yes.
Were y'all able to buy it?
no. I didn't see a new one.
I haven't bought one in a while.
No. I didn't see a new one.
Well, let Tony Jones know it's bugged.
I'll be sure to let him know.
I'd rather spend the same amount of money on the Apex Battle Pass that I'll only complete halfway.
Yeah, so they buffed the
Just
devotion.
get Yankee.
It does 114 damage headshot.
Which is wild.
Yeah, right.
It seems like they've wanted to make it a sniper rifle for a while now, and they just finally did it.
Yeah, I mean, I just pick them up just to try to like support, but you know. So for people that have not been involved, hold on, how crazy is it that you can now 2-tap 150 HP opponent using revolver headshots with fixer thanks to epic crack shot and his ability at the same time? That is pretty nutty. So it's doing 75 damage per shot at least. Kyle. So for the people that have not joined the broadcast in the past, what we're going to do is we'll get it started. We're going to record it like a normal broadcast, right? It'll just be the live version of that basically. And then at a point we'll read some chat and everything, and then we'll go back into the broadcast. That's the stuff that kind of gets cut out for the people that that are not there when we have done them historically. So, okay, hold on. Let me text Marina back. She's going to bed. I don't know
Get in your
why.
coffin. Go and get in your coffin.
All right, let me mute the music and make sure that this is going to the right place. And it is. We might have to zoom it in a little bit. See, this is the stuff people don't, that you don't see. I'm gonna have to. I can't zoom that in anymore. Maybe if I do that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right. Okay. See, this is kind of like a sausage situation. Like how the sausage is made, not like a. Anyway. anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got the pre-cording going. Give it a couple of minutes to make sure that we don't the beginning of it doesn't have to get cut off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, y'all ready to do this thing?
Sure.
Skirt.
What he said.
Ooh.
I parked it.
Okay. I parked it.
That tripped you up a little bit.
Yeah, I just wasn't ready for it, man. That was
Yeah, I know.
all right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 60, the final episode of the unofficial Rogue Company podcast, Broguecast. I'm here with Co-Reed.
I'm here with Dirt Lord.
I'm here with Garbo.
And I'm here with Griffin.
And this is was the Rogue Company podcast, bringing you all the news that you need to know about Rogue Company. So,
Which isn't much anymore.
yeah.
Whoa.
So we're going to start off here. So basically, if you go to the Rogue Company website, right? So if you type in roguecompany.com and you go there, it'll take you here. But the news page is June the 20th. It doesn't work. Any of the other websites that you go to takes you to the Epic store. But for some reason, the developers felt the need to start publishing the patch notes on the Steam page. So you're going to have the website's redirecting to Epic, a website that still exists because it needs to, so you can link your account and everything, but nothing that is going to send you to the Steam page unless you type in Rogue Company Steam page, and then you'll have to search for it. And I've never read the breakdown on Steam, but I like this. Join 20 plus million players in Rogue Company, the ultimate third-person tactical action shooter. Is there 20 plus million people playing this game?
No.
Not
even close.
It should say join the 20 plus million players who downloaded Rogue Company. But,
Then decided that it wasn't for them.
But to be fair, it's got 22,000 reviews, mostly positive, right? So, it's fine. So if you scroll down here to recent events and announcements, this is where the updates will be. And if you go to view all, it'll take you to all the updates that they've published on Steam. I'm sure that a lot of the updates aren't published on Steam, especially a lot of the older updates whenever things were like, don't put the mythic crates in the demolition. I'm sure that stuff isn't in here. This is their way of basically scrubbing the internet, at least I feel, scrubbing the internet of information, right? That's what it feels like anyway. I don't know for certain, but that's just what it feels like. So, 3.5 update, Bounce House update, came out Tuesday, October the 3rd. Greetings, Rogues. Today we are releasing the Bounce House update to add some silly fun to the weekends while bringing up some Rogues balance and fine-tuning weapons. As previously shared, we've extended some content like the rank season and the event pass out until later this year, when we plan to do a larger update. This will include a new event pass, additional balance adjustments, and the refresh of a map missing in action. We're excited to share more as we get closer to that update. Until then, let's bounce into the current changes. The new LTM Bounce House. This weekend-only mode features Rogue Company. It's not even the weekend, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that I'm actually streaming on the right day right now,
You're doing the right thing.
So the weekend only mode features Rogue Company in a more arcadey, less punishing light. Players take significantly less damage from all sources. Rogues are equipped with impact grenades that knock back enemies on an ultra short cooldown and a baseball bat that will yeet your opponents off the map. This map features King of the Hill on rooftops. Unique abilities and other weapons are disabled in this game mode. For the launch of the update, Bounce House will be live during the initial week. Good luck staying on the point. So I'm assuming that this is going to play up until Monday morning, something like that. And then they'll disable it. And then every weekend, this is going to be the new LTM that's going to be in the game, right? We played it. What do you guys think about it?
Look, to y'all's opinion, I liked it because it gave me a Halo vibe, like an old-fashioned Juggernaut game mode. That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Buy an
And
Xbox,
I enjoyed it.
They have a new Halo out.
I'm good. I'm not going to. So to get that feeling was nice. Now, as a core game mode, no, but it was fun as LTM. I enjoyed it for that.
What do you think, Dirt? I mean,
Did he leave?
no, he played the trumpet,
Okay.
the sad trumpet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Sad horn.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you want to go in there and legitimately turn your brain off, then sure. But like their description, a more arcadey experience. Well, the game is already pretty arcadey. It's turned into a pretty arcadey type of shooter. as it is now.
It really has.
It
So-
has.
So how much more arcade can you get? I guess turning the gravity down and giving people impact grenades and baseball bats. And like, why not the
That
sledgehammer?
fling you halfway across a map.
Yeah, right. I'll say this. I think it's a decent attempt at doing something fresh and interesting. I think that when there's other better limited time modes that we've had in the past, it just falls incredibly short in a massive way. I would have much rather played Sabotage or Assault or
Yeah.
any of those LTMs, even the snipers only mode. I would have much rather have done something like that other than playing Bounce House, because we've got 45 LTM modes. Like, I think for real, legitimately, I think Bounce House is 30 LTMs that they've made for Rogue Company. And the only ones that we ever see is Battle Zone, Dodgeball, King of the Hill, and Extraction. Those are the only ones that we see on a somewhat consistent basis. Bring some of the other ones back. I would love to have a weekend where it's Assault or Countdown or Sabotage or whatever. Insert whatever it is here. I think that your core player base, the people that are continuing to play and continuing to give you money whenever there's something to actually purchase, would have a much better experience and be more receptive to something like that. That's just my opinion on it. So let's get into the balance changes. I'm going to read the little asides here for these, by the way, and we'll just tackle them one at a time. Fixer. As if Fixer hasn't been changed enough in Rogue Company. We've got more Fixer changes. So Fixer, this is the aside. Fixer has been struggling with win rate for an extended period of time. When he's not used as a direct counter to high armor foes, his kit struggles to keep up. These changes are directed at increasing his general utility in matchups against a broad set of rogues. The dramatic change to his smoke grenade cooldown should give him a much stronger ability as a defender to hold down lanes and stall pushes, and give him a higher chance at being able to achieve his full kit synergy in single life game modes. So they reduced the ability cooldown from 45 to 35 seconds. They took padded steps away and gave him crack shot at the epic level, and they reduced the cooldown for cluster smoke from 60 down to 20 seconds. Thoughts?
I hate the fact they gave him crack shot. Like, I'm tired of him just having changes. Like, the man was fine. I don't know why people are having issues with his win rate. I didn't have issues with him. He's really strong. Like, he is so strong, and now he's broke again. He's literally broke.
Yeah.
He's
This is a
one-shotting with the
character that they've
Devo and the
broken.
D3 multiple times.
Like, they've done so much to him over time, man. Like, I thought he was really strong, just like Garbo said. Like, before, I used him all the time, used him with the tier or with the full body, used him with any number of the DMRs, and he always did well.
Yeah.
And I'm shit at this game. I still did well with him.
Well, this is my personal take, my personal opinion on the Fixer changes. He's the only rogue in the game that has snipers and DMRs, right?
Yeah.
The majority of the player base plays with controller, right? I've played with controller. The aim assist does not feel good at anything outside of 30 meters. You're going to excel at using Fixer outside of 30 meters because of the DMRs and the sniper rifle. If the snipers didn't have aim assist when you scoped them in, how many people would realistically run the sniper rifles? So I think that the biggest problem that they're having with Fixer is something that I made a video on a couple of weeks ago about having like a dynamic aim assist system in the game where you actually feel the benefits of running a DMR over running an SMG or an assault rifle. You have to close the gap. A lot of people have to close gaps to be able to be beneficial with those rogues. And whenever you close those gaps with something that only has one that's a semi-automatic weapon, then, you know, it's just, you're buffing Fixer for a lot of the player base that on the off chance that they hit a headshot or a body shot with the DMR, that does a high amount of damage. Whenever you give those changes to a mouse and keyboard player or to a player at a very, very, very high level, like the competitive players, what's going to happen with them?
Wreck.
It should be trickle down balance. It shouldn't be trying to balance rogues into relevancy. And that's what they're trying to do with Fixer. You want to extend Fixer's win rate. You want to You want to increase Fixer's win rate automatically. Get rid of DMRs and give him an assault rifle. That'll increase his win rate by at least 60%.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately. You could take the ability to do extra damage with his ability and give him an assault rifle, and his win rate will immediately start to rise. It's the fact that he has DMRs and he has snipers. That's why his win rate's so low, at least from my perspective. And giving him a 20-second cooldown on something that can legitimately block 50% of the map, and you can throw it every 20 seconds. You buy Energizer, you get it every 18 seconds. So we're going to make it an absolute miserable experience for your team because they're going to be shooting at somebody, and you're just going to be like, smoke grenade, smoke grenade, smoke grenade, and you're not going to be able to see anything. Yeah.
That's wild.
This is a step in the wrong direction for Fixer, in my opinion. We've been through this before.
Understatement.
Yeah, we've been through this before. We've been through all these Fixer changes. He was fine where he was. The problem isn't the character. The problem isn't his kit. The problem isn't his cluster smoke. The problem is the fact that like people either don't feel confident with the DMRs, or they're just not very good at using the DMRs compared to other weapons. And why would you play a character that you're not going to be good at?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
He takes a little more skill because both of his weapon classes, if you miss a shot, it could be very unforgiving.
exactly. High risk, high reward.
I was about to say that
Mhm.
makes him more of a rewarding character, though. I was about to say
Ex-
that,
ex-
but
But yeah, that's why he's so good in the hands of people who like know how to use him. But let someone load into this game for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And then choose Fixer as their first character to play. I don't know if he's open to begin with, but say
Don't
it's a
think
free
so.
weekend or whatever.
he's not. But he's definitely not.
They're always holding those free weekends for characters and
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Yeah.
someone gets in there, hops in that, and then they're just dead the whole match.
Yep.
They're like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Well, then
I
they
don't want to
leave.
play this character at least.
Yeah. One bad experience with a rogue will make you not want to play them anymore. I mean, Juke.
Yeah.
I've had so many bad experiences playing Juke because of how inconsistent her boots and stuff are, and I don't play with her because of that. And it's just a simple, if I'm going to play the game, I at least want the one mechanic that the rogue has, being able to jet across the map with the Juke boots, to at least be consistent and not be janky and finicky.
Boy, is it janky.
Yes, exactly. So,
I mean, doesn't make her horrible though.
I mean, it doesn't make her horrible, but it just doesn't.
If they would fix that, would you play her more?
If they would fix that with her and Vivi Slide, which we'll get to in a minute, I would play them on a regular basis. I like Juke's kit. I like everything about her. I just don't like, same with Vivi. If I'm going to slide, I don't want to get locked into crouch. I just don't want to do that. I want to determine when me, as the player, crouches. And when you take that agency away from me, I'm not going to play your character.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I don't like the fact that it's kind of worse on Vivi than it is on Juke, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a lot of other
Way
problems.
worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So for Sigrid, her passive 20% increased movement speed while crouched has been changed to a global 10% movement speed increase. So this is the write-up on that. Sigrid's identity as an athlete translated oddly into crouch moving faster. As the most athletic rogue and a rogue that would benefit greatly from better capabilities breaching to a point, we hope this change will allow her to use her athletic prowess to beat her opponents to points and synergize with her shield ability to give her the ability to juke lethal gadgets and close gaps more effectively. They also slotted out rare blaster and gave her rare armor. Their side for this was while legendary bulletproof helps her sustain damage later in the game, this will give her a chance to bulk up a bit earlier, be able to affect the game earlier on without getting shredded during the initial breaches. And then the full write-up is Sigrid has been struggling with being a viable rogue. It sits at the bottom of our rogue pool in terms of win rate. She's challenged when she attempts to close gaps versus lethal gadget-wielding foes, and as a breacher, there's a deep conflict there compared to rogues who have kits that help them in those scenarios. Here's my problem. Speed and toughness was removed from the game. Why are we adding speed back into the game on specific characters? If we're going to go this trajectory, then that means that Lancer, being a cross-country runner, is going to get a base increase to her speed, right? Or Seeker is thin, so is Switchblade. Are they going to get a speed boost increase? What about Talon? They're opening a can of worms that never needed to be opened up. There's perks in the games that do exactly what they wanted to accomplish with Sigrid. They could have gave her evade at any level. They could have taken bulletproof, which is almost a completely useless perk, away from her and gave her legendary evade, and she would be able to move 30% faster while she's getting shot at. They could have removed life drain at legendary and gave her legendary tenacity to deal with all of these explosives that are happening. They're making a problem for themselves by trying to fix a problem. They didn't fix it the right way. Could you imagine her with legendary tenacity and armor and life drain and evade? Like, she would be a powerhouse to go up against. She's already going to be a powerhouse with these changes. I've played her. Whenever she stems and runs, she's as fast as Lancer is when she uses her ult. So what good is Lancer at that point, other than the roll reload? She's got a shield. I mean, they could have done a lot of different things to her. Make her move faster when she's got her shield out. Give her the ability to run when she's got her shield out and she's standing up. Make the shield a little bit bigger. They could have done several things to Sigrid. It looks like they took the laziest approach at trying to make her relevant as they possibly could, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Huh? Is anybody gonna?
I mean, I like Sigrid, but I'm afraid to go up against her.
I haven't
Like,
played her.
playing her is fun,
She's
but
already
like,
badass.
yeah, her movement is crazy. Well, I mean, I know what they mean by like,
Yeah.
because when people utility dump on her, like, what can she do? Like, she's only supposed to block the bullets in front of her. She's good against cannon. Like, like one of the best rogues in the game. Like, she's good against countering him, but like, if it's against a Dima, Switchblade, or all of them that are just like utility, that she's completely useless. Like, so I get it, but no, I don't think she should have got the movement. Maybe the bulletproof, but just 10 flat out on the board to be faster than all rogues is a lot, and it's insane. Like that can determine like getting to a point and like holding on to that point.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like I said, I mean, there's perks in the game. And whenever you look at Sigrid's perk kit, like, they could have definitely slotted a lot of things in and out to give her that extra oomph. I mean, if you remember Iconoclast? Remember this dude? Every time that we play against him, he plays with Sigrid, and we always have to.
Yes. I know you said that. I was like, who? And I was like, oh no, yeah.
Okay, now imagine
horrible.
going against him where he's 10% faster than everybody, and he's got armor now. Like, this is. They could have done a lot better things with Sigrid to give her more viability in the game. I mean, she's slow whenever she's got her shield out. I think that's the one thing that deters a lot of people from using her. The ramp up time of actually pulling the shield out, it takes a good 3 to 5 seconds to actually get the shield out in front of you. That's enough time to get burnt down. You could be at full health and you would get burnt down in that time frame. Even if you're able to get out and then actually stem, then you can move around very quickly, but it's not hard to shoot around that shield. You can shoot above it, you can shoot the feet, you can shoot. They could have done other things to the character to make her more lethal and to make her more of a breacher character. But and like she has stems. She would have been a great character to give EMPs to, or tear gas, or flashbangs. Like they could have gave her something that
Yeah.
actually helped her breach instead of a stem. I mean, they could have gave her 2 lethal gadgets like they did Dima. Like Dima's got 3. Whenever you compare Sigrid, that's a breacher, to Dima, that's a breacher, who are you going to pick? I mean, so I think that this is a misguided step. I think that the intent and the reasoning is there. They should have just swapped her perks up. That's and if they wanted to make her more, whatever she is whenever she's moving around and all that kind of stuff, they could have changed the shield up. They could have changed how she moves around and navigates the environment whenever her shield is actually up. They could have taken away the ability to be able to shoot around the shield and make it a little bit bigger and be more like a mobile anvil shield at that point, to where you can actually like cover yourself and your team whenever you're moving to a point. Like they could have done a lot of things with it. They just went with the easiest, 10% global movement speed. It's weird. Oh God, hold on. Next up, we've got Vivi. So Vivi's ability is strong when initially popped, but rapidly fades. The shorter cooldown capabilities we've added here are directed at letting her experience the initial power spike of her ability more often and reduce the time between those spikes. So her ability stage presence got a cooldown from 30 seconds to 20 seconds, a cooldown reduction, and they slotted out Gadgeteer and gave her energized at legendary. So I think she's able to pop her ability every 16 seconds. I think that's right. So they say that the problem with Vivi is the fact that it fades, her ability fades rapidly. They could go in, make it decay over the course of 10 seconds. They could have give more health whenever you pop the ability. That way the decay rate is still the same, but you have more HP going into gunfights. They could have made it to where whenever you use the ability and people around you already missing HP, it immediately heals them and starts the HP regeneration process. They could have done a lot of stuff. But giving her an 18-second, 16-second cooldown for her ability, is that the right move? What do you think?
No,
Mhm.
I don't believe it is.
It's lazy. It's just
Well, it seems to be a theme with them
yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
But then again, that's not constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just gave like 5 different suggestions on how to fix her, so that's pretty constructive. But,
It is. But will they see it that way?
who knows at this point. I mean, the
I
problem
knows.
the problem with Vivi, legitimately the problem with Vivi is like it's not her ability even. Like there's a lot of characters that I use in the game that I don't hardly ever use their ability. Umbra, Glimpse, Cannon, like there's several people. Sigrid,
Yeah.
Mhm.
situational abilities. Vivi, you get a small bump to your HP. It's not necessarily a situational ability, but it's just a little good something to get to top you off a little bit. You know what I mean? She has no pushing power. They took the impact grenade away from her, and the way that she's designed, where she gets the movement speed increase, she has the overheal. She's designed to be ran as a very aggressive duelist, but she doesn't have anything to push with. So that's her problem. That on top of the crouch issue with the sliding. Her slide is abysmal. So I would suggest, I mean, her having the EMP is nice. They should take the healing station away from her and give it to Runway and give her an impact grenade.
Mhm.
And I think that that would be fine. So it's a weird change. We want you to experience her power spike every 16 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, all right.
Yeah, like why not make her power spike consistent through the course of a match? Like whenever she reaches that peak, why don't we maintain that peak? Why are we waving over here? Like it doesn't make sense, you know? So for the weapons, D40C, the fire rate was increased from 600 RPM to 670. It feels better. I still don't think that this is the right way to balance the weapon, but it does feel better.
Eh,
I've seen a lot of
alright.
people. I mean, I've seen a lot of people use it. I mean, it doesn't feel bad.
It's effective. Like, yeah, I mean, it works, and you can feel it run smoother, but like, it's still not enough. I feel like.
They should change it in a different way. That it's weird whenever you play a weapon for 3 years with the same fire rate and then they just drop the fire rate off completely.
Just
You know-
completely like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah. It's like the HRM's had its fire rate adjusted several times. So whenever it gets a new fire rate, it's like, oh, now I have to learn this new fire rate and all this stuff. But with the D40, it's been the legitimate same since 2019, 2020, whenever the game was in closed beta. And then they're just going to be like, no, this is how we're going to fix the weapon. We're going to reduce the fire rate. What does that sound like to me? A lazy way of balancing the
I was,
weapon.
yeah, I was lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy.
Greedy lazy.
Great. Yep.
So for the tier, they increase the base accuracy of the weapon from 0.7 to 0.9. Just for all the folks out there that don't know this, to be perfectly accurate with a weapon every single time that you fire that weapon, that number needs to be 1.0. So they increased the accuracy of it from 70% to 90%. They gave it a 20% increase to hip fire accuracy. And the reasoning...
Makes no sense.
What?
Yeah. It says the tier falls short in almost all metrics when compared to the LR15 full body. By changing its hipfire accuracy to allow for close range and some mid-range flexibility, it should have more utility than its counterpart to compete effectively during close and mid-range combat. Under 15 meters, players should expect to be able to land hipfire shots, and above 15 meters should be rare to hit one. I went into the shooting range. At 10 meters, you hit pretty much every single hipfire shot. At 20 meters, you're hitting at least 50%, if not more. That's not what this is saying. Above 15 meters should be rare to hit one. If I'm hitting 50%, that's pretty damn good. You know, like with something that does 70 body damage or can down someone with a random headshot. It's a sniper rifle. It's not a shotgun.
Yeah.
The hipfire accuracy for the tier needs to be about 40%. Needs to be 0.4 for all the sniper rifles. 0.4. I think that this feeds into Fixer's relevancy issue as well. Fixer starts out with a tier. That's the way that you have to master the tier. And I think that them trying to buff the tier in this way is also a way for them to buff Fixer indirectly. Or technically directly, I guess you'd say, since he starts out with it. That's what it feels like. The tier was fine. The most adjusted rogue has been Fixer, and the weapon that's been disabled more times than I can count is the tier. Why are we making changes to these two things when they're running perfectly fine?
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy the tier. I don't know why they had to do what they did.
I really think that
Yeah,
it's
what they made
directly...
it is be a shotgun sniper rifle.
Yeah. I really think that it's directly linked to Fixer. I think that if his whatever rate was higher, that the tier would not be touched whatsoever. But I think that that's exactly why they made that change. I love the
And I don't
tier.
know if they intended. I don't know if they intended for it to be this way or not. But remember yesterday, I used the full body and I hit like 9 out of 9 hip fire shots.
Yeah, so they may have indirectly like changed the hip fire for all the sniper rifles in the game. You know, like
Which is fucking hilarious.
they just went in there and changed the number, and it's like that looks good. And it's like whenever you look at the top of the screen, it's like for all sniper rifles in giant letters. It's like no, 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 no. It's like a cartoon over there, you know. So I like the tier. I like being able to have 2 shots back to back. I like being able to manage the reload. I like all that stuff. It feels really good. Feels very intuitive while you're playing and while you're using it. And then Fixer has one of the best pistols in the game by default. Like and most people run Fixer with the Spitfire and pop the ult and get headshots, because if you hit them in that Spitfire range, you're already doing 15 body shot damage. I don't even know what the headshot of the Spitfire is. And then you add the Fixer ult on top of it. That's a lot of damage. So if you're going to like increase the hip fire of the tier, then make it to where you can't use a pistol while you're using the tier. Then it makes sense. But you have a pistol. What good is a pistol if you're buffing the weapon to make it hip fire down someone in 15 meters or less? That's insane.
Yeah.
The devotion. Let's talk about the devotion for a second.
Mm-hmm.
The devotion struggles compared to peers in the DMR category. This is a first attempt at bringing up its viability. We will be monitoring the effects of this change and looking to continue to buff it if it remains a less viable option. Headshot damage went from 80 to 86, and body shot damage went from 47 to 49. So if you have legendary crack shot and you shoot someone anywhere on the map, if you upgrade the devotion all the way, it does 99 damage. If you pop the Fixer ult, it does 114 damage. And one taps anybody that has less than 114 health. Some weapons are just not going to be fan favorites and are just not going to be picked and played as much as other weapons, especially whenever you're looking at a game like Rogue that went from being a tactical third-person shooter to a more RNG-based arcadey type shooter where your fire rate matters more than your bullet damage.
Well, dude, they've been working on that stuff instead of making an event pass.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That was the okay.
Yeah, I know, right? So I don't think the devotion, I thought it was fine. I mean, when you have a 3-shot burst weapon that's a DMR that does 75 total damage with headshots at a good range, and you have the devotion that does 80 damage that fires a little bit slower, if you hit 2 of the 3 bursts with the Mamba, you're doing 50 damage. Like, statistically, most people are going to gravitate to something that allows you to fire more bullets, which allows you to legitimately do more damage over time because you have a higher percentage of hitting someone when you're firing more shots. I'm not saying that they need to buff the devotion's fire rate or anything, because I think the fire rate on it's fine for the damage that it did, but why are we breaking this weapon again? Like, the Fixer devotion thing was right when Jared came into the picture, and that got taken down pretty quickly because of how broken it was in ranked and higher tiers of play, like we were talking about earlier, and they decided that they wanted to do something about that. So why are we bringing up old news? Why are we bringing up old updates over here? I don't know. I don't think this is going to stick around for too long. I really
Doesn't
don't.
sound like it will.
99 damage just with legendary crack shot. That's insane. Just make it do 100 damage. Make it a sniper rifle that doesn't scope at that point. That's crazy. The S12 tactical. So the initial fall off range, 8 to 15 meters. They buff the base accuracy from 70% up to 80%. So for the S12, this weapon can't hit as hard or fire as fast as some peers. So to help give it a relative strength, we are buffing its mid-range damage. So the 8 to 15, the initial fall off range, it's going to be doing 80% of total damage now as opposed to 70%. So you can two tap someone at 20 meters with the S12 tactical. If you hit someone in the head at 20 meters with the S12 tactical, it does 60 damage, which is crazy for a shotgun at 20 meters to do 60 damage to anybody.
Oh, it hits hard.
Yeah. I don't think that that was like the right move. I think that if they wanted to buff the S12 tactical and make it a little bit more viable, and it's like mid range, which is weird to talk about mid range damage for a shotgun. You know what I mean? But if they wanted to buff it, they could have just extended that first fall off from 8 meters up to 10 meters, and then they could have made it 10 to 17 meters, be that middle ground there. Like they could have fixed it in that way. So I'm not really sure why they didn't just change the ranges up on it, as opposed, because it probably, other than the SKL, it would have had the longest range. So I don't know. This feels like another one of those uninspired changes, to say the least. So let's talk about
I haven't done much about this game that felt inspired in a while, man.
Bounce House, dude.
If that's inspiration, they're like, hey, we're gonna look at Divine Knockout and put it in Rogue.
Yeah, right. Which is basically what happened there. I want my Tim the Tapman skin then, if that's the case.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Can't fucking Anvil needs a Tim skin.
Yeah, like get him in here, you know, like let's make it happen. Little weird chibi looking Tim running around in Rogue Company. It's like, what is happening? Waffles are better than pancakes. No, pancakes are better. Let's
not go here.
Yeah. So the night.
No, I don't know. It's not.
So the night feels good right now, and we don't want to change that. But we observe that its close and mid-range TTK beats every assault rifle in the game, defeating the purpose of assault rifles. We want it to be a strong relative choice. Its TTK will be unaffected at 0 to 12 meters, but in the 12 to 17 meter range, it will hit as hard as the assault rifle class instead of stronger than that class. So the initial fall off range, the distance was changed from 8 to 17 meters to 12 to 17 meters, and the initial fall off range damage went from 90% total damage at that 12 to 17 meter to 75% damage. Now, I went through the shooting range a while back just to see what the actual fall off damage, because I didn't know and they wouldn't tell me. The developers wouldn't tell me what that first fall off damage percentage was. So I did calculations because math and because shooting range exists, and determined that like all of the SMGs do 90% damage at their first fall off. All their fall offs are a little bit different, but they all do 90%. My suggestion to fix the SMGs, this was after the SMG changes and all of that stuff happened, was to drop that base damage at that first fall off threshold from 90% down to 75%. And then that last fall off threshold, drop it down to 60%, because it was scaling at 90 and then 90 and 80% damage, or 90 and 75% damage. My suggestion was full damage, 75% damage, and then 60% damage, because it's the SMG. It's not an assault rifle. It's not a DMR. It shouldn't be able to burn people down across the map. So half of this change is actually incredible. The other half of this change makes absolutely no sense. They increased the range of it from 8 to 12 meters. So they gave it 4 extra meters where you're going to be doing full damage. The Knight excels in close gunfights. It can still be beat by other weapons like the Objection. Even the Boyers can beat it. Like there's other weapons, shotguns definitely. There's other weapons that can beat it. Why are we balancing the Knight around what the assault rifles are doing? I don't understand that logic, first of all. And second of all, why are we increasing the range of it? They should have left the range 8 to 17 meters. They should have dropped that down. I mean, from 8 to 17 meters, you would be doing, what is it, 14 or 16 body damage? Like in that first, with it before the fall offs hit, you're doing like 22 body damage per shot. And then you're doing like what, 26 headshot damage per shot or 32 headshot damage, something like that. Why do we need to like have a crazy amount of damage at that mid range? It's an SMG. So I feel like they buffed it because a lot of your gunfights are going to happen within that 12-meter range. A lot of people are saying that it got nerfed. What do you guys think? Do y'all think it was a buff? Do y'all think it was a nerf? How do y'all feel about this?
I'm considering it a buff.
Seems like one.
I have hit my shots more accurately. I still don't like it though because like it shoots slow, and so at the end of the day, they're just faster and more hard hitting weapons like the Sahara and the HRM. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if they I consider it a buff. If they truly wanted to buff it, all they would have had to do is just up that fire rate slightly and leave it at the damage that it was.
Yeah. I mean, and they're saying that it's outplaying assault rifles at mid range, all that kind of stuff. I get it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense, but you can't. I still can't beat someone with an SMG close up because the fire rate. If I could hit 2 shots before they burn me down, I could, but it's just not happening.
For the night.
Oh no,
Most
sorry.
SMG.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So for the night, like specifically.
That's my bad. The
No.
night is it's a complete buff to me.
I mean,
'Cause I've been using the shell of it, and I've not lost a single gunfight with it.
Yeah.
I've lost. Sorry.
no. You're fine. It's just like, it's perfect. It would be perfect if they would have just kept the ranges the same. If they went into the SMGs right now, all of them across the board, and adjusted that first fall off threshold from 90% total damage per shot down to 75% total damage per shot, and then adjusted that last fall off to 60% or 65% damage, the SMGs would be perfectly balanced. They would exist where SMGs need to exist. They wouldn't be outperforming other weapons in the game. They would still lose at those ranges that they are meant to be losing at. It would force players to have to play the game a little bit differently because of that change. Like it would shake the game up in a very substantial way.
The only
But
time I feel like I'm at a disadvantage with any of the SMGs is when I'm at like DMR range.
yeah, and like most of the people that you're using with SMGs have evade or something else to help close that gap, and you can just kind of bob and weave,
Exactly. That's the whole issue is that anytime I'm mid to close range, I'm gonna win every one of those gunfights, especially
Yeah.
if it's something like the LMPX or the Knight at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the objection, dude. Like whenever they buff the objection before Jared's exit, that thing is insane. And you run it with characters that have gunsmith that buff the fall off ranges on it. And that's like
I haven't played with it much.
if you run the night with Umbra with legendary gunsmith, it's increasing that first fall off threshold from 12 meters and it's increasing it by 30%, right? So what's 30% of 12? Hold on. So another 3.6 meters. So you're taking
Yeah,
it to
something nearly
almost
4.
16 meters. Almost 16 meters. That's stupid.
It is.
That's you're putting it
It
in
really is.
you're putting it in AR territory at that point. Like that definitely beats all the assault rifles. So I don't know. And then for the Hydra, they reduced the fire rate from 300 rounds per minute down to 273. This is their write-up. The Hydra is by far the dominant assault rifle in the game, and this change should bring it more in line with its peers. Is this just in 6v6? Like, how often do we run into someone that's running the Hydra?
No,
Never.
never
mean,
anymore.
It,
I mean, it
even
happens sometimes.
any runway I run into is usually around like a KA or something like that.
Yeah. So the only person that has access to it is Runway, and she's not a free rogue. So in order for it to be the most dominant assault rifle in the game means that people need to install the game, make enough reputation to buy Runway, play Runway enough to master the Hydra, and then use the Hydra on other rogues. You have to jump through so many hoops to be able to use it on another character. How is it the most dominant assault rifle? But this is a low key buff too, right? I mean, they lower the fire
more
rate.
accurate.
Exactly. It's a 3 headshot down weapon. They lower the fire rate of the weapon. That means that the weapon has more accuracy, and you can even tell how accurate it is based on the crosshairs of the weapon. It's going to be more accurate in hipfire engagements. It's going to be more accurate in ADS engagements. It's going to make the weapon way more accurate. It's probably more accurate than the HRM hipfire is now, and some of the other assault rifles. So it's kind of a low-key buff. Like, this is like whenever you start tweaking these fire rate knobs, you're making the weapons more accurate. Just like whenever you drop the D40 fire rate down, you made that weapon a laser beam. Even though you're shooting it slower, you're making it a laser beam. That's the same thing that you're doing to the Hydra. Yeah. So overall, the 3.5 bounce house update, guys. What do you think about it?
Boo. I'm very upset with the fixer. I don't care for some of the changes. Like, and again, the whole movement speed with Secret, I don't agree with.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a big FU.
After
We got
extending,
a direction.
well,
We
after
know how we want to do this. Sorry.
they extended the battle pass out, or the event pass or whatever. They did all of this stuff, and then they're like, oh, there's going to be another update. There's going to be another this. There's going to be another that. And then this update comes out, and it's like, dude, we're buffing all these things that were broken in the past. And the reason why they weren't, like, the changes weren't kept was because they were broken. So, like, why are we retreading the same territory here? You know? I don't get it. And like this, think about this, everybody. This is the first legitimate, 110% legitimate Evil Mojo update. This wasn't in the pipeline.
Yeah.
This wasn't something that they were working on. I mean, they were working on Rhodey for almost a year before they released her. So this wasn't anything that was in the pipeline. This wasn't anything that was ready to come out. This wasn't any of that stuff. This is the first Evil Mojo update. This being the first Evil Mojo update,
Wow.
it's not a good update. It's just not. They could have done a lot of other things to the update to.
Well, it's just like one guy or something, right? Like,
Yeah,
small
I mean,
team.
yeah, you know.
Supposedly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, if out of all the changes that we got, I would keep the D40 change. I would keep half of the night change, and that's it. I would revert every single thing. I would swap out perks with Sigrid to give her that same play experience without breaking her. I would fix Vivi's ult. I would fix Vivi's crouch issue. I would not worry about Fixer and his win rate or whatever it is that they're looking at. That's not even, that's not a
fish to fry.
That's not a character issue. That's not a perk issue. That's not an ability issue.
The player.
It's an aim assist issue.
Wow.
They could fix that. Like, they could make that change happen. But yeah, that they should revert legitimately everything. So next up here, I'm actually going to grab a water. Give me 1 second because my throat's getting a little dry. It's getting a little scratchy. Yeah, y'all converse amongst yourselves. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
This game's finished.
I mean, it ain't far out.
Like for real
At this
though,
point.
that's the stuff we're gonna change. And no
Yeah.
event pass.
When you get the ibex
Like-
being shit.
Like
Yeah,
if
that's-
they made like good changes, it'd be one thing. It's like, oh hell
Yeah,
yeah,
it'd be a-
Project Sync, let's bring it back.
Again.
Ah,
But
dude,
nah.
that they banned the shit out of Project Saint.
Nah.
Didn't even say nothing about it.
And then the changes are strange. It's like they know better,
Yeah.
but
Right.
they're doing it anyway.
Well, it's weird they
It's
made all
weird.
these gun changes to guns that I felt were doing pretty good, but you get the ibexes completely underperforming.
Apex. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shit gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's make
Thought
secrets
I
go
let-
fast.
I might have like 3 kills with it. I used it like once and was like, no.
Yeah. Right.
They gave her speed and toughness.
Yeah.
Like here's some armor.
Yeah.
Get faster.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Now maybe people will play
They
you.
reverted that. I mean, I felt like people.
Yeah,
played a
dude.
lot
And when
as
you
it
ran into
is.
one, usually they were pretty fucking good.
They
Yeah.
knew how to play. Yeah. There was that one dude that we play all the time that only plays Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who he was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Iconoclast.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Iconoclast. Yeah. I've only seen him play one other character like one time. And it was like Kestrel or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So next up for the next segment here, we're going to get into a frequent contributor to the broadcast. I'm glad the most frequent contributor is also contributing in the very last episode of the broadcast here. So 3Jet has sent us his mythic perk idea loadout. So what we have here, I'm going to read through these, and of course they're all broken down by the different perks and of course the different mythic perk ideas. So I'm going to read through this, and I'm going to hit mainly on the mythic perk ideas, and then we'll reference the perks as needed through that. So as a refresher, in the signature perk LTM, we saw some rogues given a 6 perk loadout, similar to what rogues used to run with before the perk reworks and the 8 perk loadout, and the introduction of the choice between 2 different mythic perks that are exclusive to that rogue. This document, I've outlined the 6 perk loadouts that I think all the rogues should have, and I suggested 2 different mythic perks for each rogue as well. I'm a huge believer in this idea, and it could bring back a little of what Rogue Company used to feel like if executed properly. First of all, some perk-related changes I want to get out of the way here. I think rare quick hands and legendary quick hands should become perks. It bothers me that there are some rogues who have Berserker and Rare Nimble Hands as 2 separate perks, one rogue with Berserker and Epic Nimble Hands as 2 separate perks, one rogue with Berserker and Legendary Nimble Hands, and then rogues who have Epic Quick Hands, which is a combination of Berserker and Nimble Hands for $500 less and is in one perk. There needs to be consistency, and with the 6 perk loadout possibility, I think it makes much more sense to turn Rare Nimble Hands and Berserker and Legendary Nimble Hands and Berserker into Rare Quick Hands and Legendary Quick Hands, respectively. The 3 rarities would have these descriptions. So Rare Quick Hands can reload while sprinting and increase weapon swap speed and reload speed by 20% at the $8,000 price point. For Epic, it's a 30% increase at $9,000, and for Legendary, it is a 50% increase for $12,000, which is like 50% faster. That's insane, but at that price point, it makes sense, right? I don't think Rare Stalker has a place in the game. It barely feels like you gain any extra movement while aiming down sights, and despite that, it's more expensive than perks like Rare Nimble Hands, which are more beneficial and noticeable. With that being said, I've completely taken Rare Stalker out of the picture. Any rogue with a Stalker perk will have it either at Epic or Legendary. I also think Stalker in general is an overrated perk, but that's just my opinion. Here's the thing, though. Evade does the same thing Stalker does, right? So whenever you're getting shot at, even when you're ADSing, you're getting that movement speed bump. So, and you're almost always in movement speed increase because of how they calculate when you're in gunfire. You could be on the other side of the map and it could trigger your evade. So why not put Rare, like Stalker, into evade? Like, it only makes sense, right? I mean, you're going to get that movement speed one way or another. Might as well get it whenever you're getting shot at. So for Anvil, the new perk loadout will be Rare Gedge Tier, Rare Energized, Epic Tenacity, Epic Bounce Back, Legendary Shredder Rounds, Legendary Armor. The Mythic perk, so Reinforced Shields, double the health of Anvil's deployable cover. For the Mythic passive perk, Disorient Boost. When Anvil is in tear gas or flashed, he gains 10% boost for 5 seconds. Those are pretty good changes. Like, you're basically making the shields at what, 1,000 HP? Yeah. So it will take, in a climate where 2 EMP grenades are a high rarity of shredder rounds is all it takes to destroy Anvil shields, which have 1,000 HP. Having a perk that doubles the health of them would be incredibly helpful. So you'd basically be denying shredder rounds and EMPs at that point, which, like, is not a bad idea, to be completely honest. You know, I do like this idea of getting flashed or tear gassed. He gains 10% speed boost for 5 seconds. Like, Dahlia Anvil pair going against a Talon, Switchblade, and Chalk combo, that's pretty nutty, right? I do like those a ton. I think that those are both very, very incredible mythic perk ideas. So for Cannon, he would have Rare Shredder Rounds, Rare Blaster, Epic Tenacity, Epic Armor, Legendary Bulletproof, Legendary Life Drain. So for the mythic ability perk, Lightweight Barrel, allow Cannon to mantle and crouch with his Gatling gun. We're bringing it back, baby. That would be amazing. For his mythic passive perk, Bandolier, increase the chance that Cannon's Conflict Connoisseur activates on each hit by 10%. They might want, it might be more like up it by 25%. I mean, I don't even know if it has a percentage applied to it at this point, because you just randomly get ammo back whenever you're shooting someone. It doesn't feel like there's any consistency there. So, but yeah,
dice roll.
Exactly, right. Am I going to get some ammo back? I don't know. But I do like the lightweight barrel, being able to mantle and crouch with a Gatling gun again. I mean, and you got to keep in mind, these perks are going to be at like 15,000, 20,000 to be able to purchase them. If we're looking at what the original intention behind mythic perks are, I'd pay 20,000 to be able to crouch with Cannon again. I wouldn't buy a weapon. Yeah. I would fast track this mythic perk immediately and just wreck everybody that ever existed ever.
Yep.
For Chalk, Rare Berserker, Rare Gadgeteer, Epic Replenish, Epic Life Drain, Legendary Energized, Legendary Tenacity. So for the mythic ability perk, Unending Resolve, increase Chalk's self-revive speed with Rage by 30% and immediately start health regeneration. Yes. Mythic ability perk 2, Unrelenting Aggression, halves the rate at which Chalk's bonus health from Rage ticks down. I like that. So you can either get yourself up faster whenever you go down, or you can pop it before you go down and the decay rate is halved. So it caters to both Chalk playstyles of saving it for whenever you go down or using it for a push. And like, once you make the push and whatever health you have left over in single life game modes is still going to be like, if there's any left, is still going to be kind of a wasted thing. Like, not necessarily a wasted thing, but it's going to tick away, right? So being able to have it to where it ticks down slower, you can pop it further away, maybe be able to get the jump on them without running straight in there yelling at them. You know what I mean? So for Dahlia, Rare Tenacity, Rare Evade, Epic Quick Hands, Epic Energized, Legendary Lifeline, and Legendary Bounce Back. So for the mythic ability perk High Frequency, Dahlia's range for Link Revives expands to 50 meters. And for the passive perk Swift and Selfless, Dahlia Revives grant the teammate and herself a 10% speed boost for 5 seconds. I mean, being able to heal someone with Dahlia at 50 meters, that would be very amazing. And I do like this. Grants the teammate and herself 10% speed boost for 5 seconds. So like whenever you revive someone, hold on. Mythic perk's something I've always wanted to try on Dahlia, essentially giving her her very own passive that's more support-like. Swift and Selfless is a speed version of Saint's passive. Rather than granting healing to both the reviver and the revived, speed is granted. So whenever you revive someone, it just gives you a 10% speed boost, which is like, I mean, it's useful, especially in that situation where you can run in, hand res somebody, and then it pops that speed boost, and you both of you can get out with her smoke grenades. That's a pretty good synergy right there. I like that a lot. For Dallas, rare armor, rare quick cans, epic stalker, epic bounce back, legendary spotter, legendary crack shot. For the mythic ability bounty reward, downing an enemy that you revealed with target finder grants you 500 extra cash. I like that. And for the passive perk, patient payoff, activating recharge grants Dallas 30 overheal, only applicable on full health. The 500 extra cash would be great. Being able to kind of farm that out would be pretty impressive. And then activating recharge grants Dallas 30 overheal only. So if he's got to be full health, most times you're not going to get any benefits from that because you're going to be in a gunfight unless you're able to like pop them from range. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like those. I like that bounty reward a lot. Demon glitch has already been covered. So glimpse, rare hunter, rare tracker rounds, epic evade, epic padded steps, legendary restock, and legendary life drain. So for the mythic ability perk, disruptive camo, any enemy within less than 10 meters of glimpse while camouflage is active experiences an EMP effect. Goes away once she comes out of camouflage or out of the 10-meter range. And the mythic passive perk, telepathic senses, when glimpse detects a nearby enemy with her passive ability slidey, it also reveals them on the mini map. I really like both of those. Being able to glimpse, like go invisible and then EMP the enemy, like it gives them the EMP effect until you unglimpse.
Yeah.
That's nutty. You know what that sounds like? Sledgehammer. Because you can't EMP her. You can't hack her. You can't do any of that stuff. So, but I do like the telepathic senses though. Whenever you pick somebody up on the mini map, it like just shows them on the, or whenever you hit them with slidey, it shows them on the mini map for a second. That's a great Talon version of tracker rounds. Because you could slink around with glimpse and be able to make that happen. So, Juke, rare gunsmith, rare armor, epic shredder rounds, epic blaster, legendary energized, and legendary gadgeteer. So the mythic ability perk, intel drones, Juke's laser defense drones now also reveal enemies to the team for as long as the lasers are hitting them. And for the passive, battery boots adds an extra 2 charges to the juke boots and decreases charge time. That would fix the juke boot problem. That would absolutely fix if you had 5 of them, that would fix that problem 110%. But I do like this reveal one right here where whenever it shoots, as long as it's locked on, because most people don't destroy the drones during a gunfight. It's like, it would be like a Talon dart that's targeting enemies. That would be really, really amazing. For Kestrel, rare evade, rare life drain, epic padded steps, epic energize, legendary shredder rounds, and legendary restock. So for the mythic ability perk, flashy flyers. I like that name. So flashy flyer action. Kestrel's drones now have a flashbang effect on impact. That's insane. Mythic passive perk, assist and elims also grant 500 extra. So she would get 1,000 extra, or get 1,000 total. I mean, she would definitely have both of her perks if you grab this one first, the bonus revenue one first, and every down or assist gives you 500 extra, gives you 1,000. That adds up quick. Kestrel's drones now have a flashbang effect on impact. I do like that. So would it like remove the explosion and just give them the flashbang, or would it do both? The mythic perk encourages Kestrel to be more aggressive and allows her to be more effective in chasing down an enemy she hits with her drones. One of the most annoying things about Kestrel drones is that you can hit an enemy once, but if they have a version of tenacity, armor, or have more HP than usual, one drone feels like it does chip damage. Okay, it will be 2 seconds, one less than a flashbang for balancing. Okay. But yeah, that's I do like that. That's crazy though. So for Lancer, rare bounce. Her perks are rare bounce back, rare energized, epic padded steps, epic life drain, legendary stalker, legendary evade. When Lancer, this is for Mythic Perk 1, Silence and Numbers. When Lancer activates Quick and Quiet, her closest teammate within a 10-meter radius also gains Silent Footsteps. So it's kind of like a AoE version of Padded Steps that is all fixated on Lancer. Which makes sense, like she wouldn't be able to run, but you would be able to carry your team. That's pretty interesting, actually. Mythic ability perk 2, Gun Runner. When Quick and Quiet is active, Lancer gains +1 ammo to her max mag capacity each second and 30 reserve ammo every 5 seconds. Both effects mag fed only. Lancer gains 1 ammo to her max mag fed capacity each second and 30 reserve. Okay. So basically you would be increasing the amount of ammo in a clip by 1 every, okay. So by 1 every 5 seconds that she, so
Magazine.
how long does it, yeah, how long does her ability last? Is it 10 seconds? Or is it 15? It lasts a long time. I think it's 10.
Longer than it should.
Yeah. But that's interesting because you could actually stack that in 14 seconds. Okay. So it wouldn't be enough to get 3 charges off of it. And then when she shoots, she's taken out of it. And I think does she get knocked out of it when she gets shot? Oh, right here. She'll gain 14 max ammo in the magazine, 60 extra reserve total. That's interesting. I do like that. I like this one though. Silence and Numbers. Being able to activate that ability and not running halfway across the map, being able to like carry your team to the point without anybody being able to hear them, that's pretty insane. I like that a lot. For Mac, rare bounce back, rare quick hands, epic gunsmith, epic bulletproof, legendary stalker, and legendary tenacity. So the mythic ability perk is blinding justice, increases the range and charging speed of Mac's flash bomb, and decreases activation delay. Oh, okay. And for the passive blast plates, a portion of the damage Mac deals with explosive is returned to him as armor. That's a genius idea. So, like as a percentage thing, essentially, this perk gives Mac an effect similar to Vi's passive, but instead of gaining maximum health for every 10 damage dealt, he regains 1 armor for every 10 explosive damage. This perk encourages Mac to play more aggressively and to time his grenades for not just maximum damage, but also maximum shield return. So I guess my question would be, if you're playing with Mac, he's got 25 armor. If you're able to get, let's say, 5 extra armor plates, quote unquote, from 1 grenade throw, every time that you down someone, are you going to get the full 30 back? So, I mean, that's either way, that's still really good. Increase the range and charging speed of Mac's flash bomb and decreases activation delay. Like if you're able to throw that thing down and you don't have to wait 45 minutes for it to charge up, that's a W in my opinion, you know? For Phantom, rare evade, rare energized, epic tracker rounds, epic quick hands, legendary shredder rounds, and legendary life drain. Rationale. Oh, okay. This is the rationale of the changes. So, mythic ability perk 1, nano reveal. Nanobots hidden in nano smoke stick to enemies, revealing them for a short time after they leave the nano smoke. Whoa. Nano slow. Nanobots hidden in the nano smoke stick to enemies, slowing them down for a short time after they leave the nano smoke. I like the idea of both of those.
Yeah, I do too.
It's something that would decay over time, but that's pretty genius. I really like the reveal one a lot. The slow one would be great, but the reveal one that's pretty amazing because a lot of people get hit with that static and then they run to the other side of the map once that happens. So that's I like that a lot. That's a really really good idea. For Ronan, so for her perks, rare evade, rare energized, epic nimble hands, epic blaster, legendary shredder rounds, and legendary bounce back. So for the mythic ability perk 1, quiet knife, Ronan's ballistic knife becomes silent when planted. Okay, so it's like a trip mine then. And then for ability 2, agility agility blade. Did I say those backwards? Mythic.
Felt like it.
I know. After I read it, I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just trip
Yeah.
myself up here? So mythic ability perk 2, agility blade. Ronan's ballistic knife becomes capable of increased lunge distance, double swing damage, faster swing speed, and is able to be swung while sprinting. Ronan also gains 5% extra movement speed while holding it. I like that a lot. I like that so much. Being able to just hold the thing and be able to move faster, that's crazy.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Thank you for the almost murder that happened there.
That make you joke on that?
Yeah, I was taking a
My
sip.
bad, dude.
No, you're fine.
I was wondering why you didn't laugh.
Yeah. So for runway, rare evade. It was too good. It almost murdered me. So for runway, rare evade, rare armor, epic quick hands, epic helping hands, legendary evade, legendary gunsmith. So for the mythic ability perk 1, top hospitality, the blue circle around runway's briefcase turns green and acts as a regeneration field. Thank you. Mythic ability perk 2, dress to kill. Teammates who pick up from runway's briefcase are also granted their alternate primary weapon. I like that. I really like both of those. That would be whenever you have rogues that have like differing weapon types. That's huge. Like SMG shotgun are kind of in the same area, you know, but when you're running someone that has access to like shotguns and assault rifles like cannon, that's massive. I like that a lot. So for Saint, rare gadgeteer, rare lifeline, epic tracker rounds, epic armor, legendary helping hands, legendary energized, mythic ability perk 1, guardian angel. Saint's revive drone places a dome shield around the teammate that it's reviving. Yes. Mythic passive perk healing touch. When revived by hand, Saint and the revived teammate gain 20 overheal. So that would put them up to 100. That would put the healed teammate up to 100, right? And then it would give Saint 20 overheal, depending on how much damage he has taken. I like that. I really like that dome shield, though. That's really cool. It's like when you're getting revived by a chick in Apex. When you're down, you got the shield out. That's
Lifeline.
yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Scorch, rare gadgeteer, rare armor, epic shredder rounds, epic volatile, legendary tenacity, legendary bounce back. Oh yeah, we've already talked about this one. Right. That was in the other write-up. For Seeker, rare gadgeteer, rare quick hands, epic stalker, epic life drain, legendary tracker rounds, legendary crack shot. Mythic ability perk 1, tear gas arrow, gives Seeker the option to shoot a tear gas arrow from his bow rather than the arrow scanner. So if you hit somebody with it, is it going to stick in them? This arrow ricochets and could hit enemies like the arrow scanner, but instead of revealing enemies, it deploys a cloud of tear gas every time it ricochets. Oh, okay. If Seeker already knows where an enemy is, whether it be because of other intel or hearing footsteps, he can choose to use a tear gas arrow and bounce it near the enemy to disorient them, allowing him to advance to get the jump on them. I like that a lot. Explosive arrow gives Seeker the option to shoot an explosive arrow from his bow rather than the arrow scanner. Does not ricochet. Instead, it detonates an explosive on impact, very similar to an impact grenade. This allows Seeker to deal 50 instant damage to one or more enemies without having to bounce the arrow to hit them. It can be used like an impact grenade for crowd control to deal the last bit of damage needed to down a hidden enemy or support a teammate in downing an enemy. I think you make the explosion on this a lot bigger than the impact grenade is. I mean, it's doing 50 damage, so I think that the explosion would make sense. That's pretty good. I like that a lot because you wouldn't necessarily have to charge it. You could just basically flick the bow out and shoot it real quick, and you would be getting 50 damage to deter someone from pushing you, push someone away. Like, that's really good. I like the tear gas one a lot, but the explosive one kind of that's some crazy stuff right there. I like that a lot. Sigrid, so rare shredder rounds, rare lifeline, epic energized, epic life drain, legendary bulletproof, legendary tenacity. So this is pre 3.5 changes. So mythic ability perk 1, fearless advance. For every 20 seconds, Sigrid's ballistic shield absorbs. For every 20 damage Sigrid's ballistic shield absorbs, its duration is extended by 1 second. I like that. For mythic ability perk 2, compassionate defense. I love these names. When using her ballistic shield, Sigrid revives 25% faster. So does she still have lifeline? Yes, rare lifeline. So it would stack.
I gotta stop doing that.
What?
I'm doing something. Calm down.
What are you doing,
Hey,
Garbo? Yeah, what are you
Baldur's
doing?
Gate.
Oh, okay.
I'm multitasking.
Oh, is
Jesus.
that? So for Switchblade, her new perk loadout's going to be would be rare Berserker, rare Life Drain, Epic Stalker, Epic Bulletproof, Legendary Blaster, Legendary Restock. So for the mythic ability perk, Loaded Napalm adds the ability to load extra napalm onto the launcher before shooting, making the incendiary pulls deal extra damage and last longer. For the mythic passive perk on the run, as Switchblade gets shot at while her fight and flight is active, the duration of her bonus speed is extended by another 5 seconds. So it essentially behaves like Rare Evade in that it activates upon being shot at, but instead of adding speed, it adds 5 extra seconds onto the current time left with fight or flight speed boost. With 2 gadgets and an ultimate, Switchblade is already able to string together up to 15 straight seconds of bonus speed. But this allows Switchblade to gain an extra 5 seconds every time she gets shot at per separate time activation. A smart Switchblade player with the mythic perk and access to her full array of gadgets and ultimate is then able to have bonus speed for a total of 30 seconds. I like that. I like that a lot. Stringing it, like you causing the activation of it, but them stringing it along, I like that a ton. The loaded napalm I like that idea too. It's just a hard hit. Damage of the incendiary pulls that come out of it after exploding by 10. This means the incendiary pulls will deal 30 damage per tick rather than 20. The incendiary pulls themselves last an extra 3 seconds. However, the downside of using this option is that it takes Switchblade 5 seconds to load the napalm onto the rocket. So like if she pulls it out, then she goes into the animation of like rubbing it down with the napalm. Are you still multitasking, Garbo? So for Talon, his new perk loadout, rare tracker rounds, rare armor, epic tenacity, epic padded steps, legendary nimble hands, and legendary life drain. So for the mythic ability perk Hidden Claw, Talon's ability recharges 20% faster and allows him to have 2 radar darts in the field at once. For the mythic passive perk High Magnetism, Talon's mag glove can pick up items from 15 meters further away and allows the mag gloves to pick up the bomb. I would buy this just for this last part. Pick up the bomb. Like that, yes, I do. I like both of those a lot. Having 2 radar darts, like that's, yeah.
Ooh, strong.
Yeah. I like that a ton. And being able to pick up 15 meters further away and the bomb, I like that. Even if you pull
I
it through the
mean-
wall, you have to drop 20K to be able to do that.
Should be able to pick up the bomb anyway, but
I know. I don't know. Fixer.
Oh,
So the fixer was in the first set that 3Jed sent out. So for trench, the new perk loadout would be rare tracker rounds, rare gadgeteer, epic quick hands, epic volatile, legendary energized, and legendary armor. So for the mythic ability perk titanium wire, trench's barbed wire becomes immune to melee. So it's just, well, is it still going to get destroyed by the environment? Like, is it still going to, like, when you throw it out, it just is there and then it just
Disappears.
destroys
Yeah.
itself? Yeah. Right. But I do like that. So you have to EMP that thing. You have to EMP it. I like that. Or throw a Simtex on it or something like that. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wound charge. This is for the passive. Whenever an enemy takes damage from barbed wire, 5% of Trench's gadget cooldown is taken off the cooldown time. I like that. So you throw it down, you throw the APS system down, and they like hop the wall, get in the barbed wire, and a 5% cooldown is taken off. Like, I like that. That has some good synergy. So the base gadget would be 60 seconds, 5% return, 3 seconds per barbed wire, damage tick. Upgrade gadget, rare gadgeteer alone, 45-second cooldown, 5% return, 2.7 seconds per barbed wire, damage tick. Upgraded gadget, rare gadgeteer, 48-second cooldown, 5% return equals 2.4 seconds per barbed wire damage tick. I like that a lot. Oh, we're not doing one thief. We're running through 3Jad stuff, and then we're going to wrap everything up after that. So for Umbra, the new perk loadout, rare blaster, rare quick hands, epic padded steps, epic life drain, legendary gunsmith, legendary crack shot. So for the mythic ability perk 1, overdrive, Umbra's arachnid gains a small meter, which when activated gives the spider a 10% speed boost for 3 seconds. So it's got like a Mario Kart like speed boost thing, like you eat the red mushroom and it gives you a little speed boost thing. I like that. 10% speed boost that can activate at any time while it's being used. This paired with rare blaster makes Umbra's ability even more deadly when used optimally. For mythic ability perk 2, Venom, Umbra's arachnid gains 3 poison pulls that can drop at any time during activation. So like, hold on. Hold on. I've got this funny image of my head of the spider running across the ground and it's just pooping out it's just shitting out poison pulls. Like, that image is funny. The mythic perk encourages Umbra to use the arachnid for more than just chasing down and exploding on an enemy. It also encourages them to carefully plan their movement while using the spider so that they can drop poison pulls, individual pulls not clustered like vibe poison, in helpful positions for the enemy team. This allows Umbra to use the spider in a more defensive way, as the poison pulls can be used to temporarily inconvenience enemies that want to use particular entrances or windows. Goes without saying, but these poison pulls deal the same poison damage and last the same amount of time as Vi's do. I like that. I really like that a ton because, like, given Umbra, because him and Vi pretty much have the same passive ability at this point, but given Umbra some like crowd control measures other than the tear gas, I like that a lot. I really like that. So for Vivi was in the thing. So for Vi, rare tenacity, rare volatile, epic energized, epic bounce back, legendary gunsmith, legendary gadgeteer. Got rid of tracker rounds, rare helping hands, and legendary bulletproof, downgraded legendary volatile to rare, upgraded epic tenacity to rare, downgraded epic tenacity to rare. Geez. Upgraded epic gadgeteer to legendary, upgraded rare energized to epic, added legendary gunsmith. That's a huge amount of perk changes. Here's a rationale. I think the other problem with Vi is that she has been able think the other problem with Vi is always has been that she has too much bulk for the other things she has access to. Wanted to retool her in such a way that her main focus is zoning and using that zoning to keep herself away from immediate danger and the enemy team away from the objective. Never made sense to me that a character with so much access to zoning tools also had epic tenacity, epic bounce back, and legendary bulletproof, as well as the ability to gain 25 extra max HP. The other thing that's bothered me about Vi since tiered perks, and I alluded to this when I mentioned Scorch changes, is that she deals more incendiary damage than Scorch, and also gets her incendiaries back faster. Got rid of legendary bulletproof, downgraded epic tenacity to rare in exchange for adding legendary gunsmith, upgraded epic gadgeteer, upgraded rare energized to epic. Legendary gunsmith allows Vi to have greater optimal range for her guns, particularly her assault rifles and pistols. If any rogue should have legendary gunsmith, it should be a character whose role is to zone out the battlefield, as their gun can deal optimal damage at further ranges. To further add to Vi's zoning playstyle and capabilities, Gadgeteer got upgraded to legendary, which means she gets her incendiary grenade back every 52 seconds and her tear gas every 42 seconds. Rare Energize is upgraded to epic to allow Vi to use her poison clusters every 36 seconds instead of 38. Like I said before, though, I don't want Vi to deal more incendiary damage than Scorch. Downgraded legendary volatile to rare. I mean, that makes sense. Vi's poison still goes up 3 per tick when rare volatile is bought. Incendiary grenade damage drops from 17 to 14. This combined with legendary gadgeteer and the fact that rare volatile is 8k cheaper than is it? That's crazy. Seems like a pretty good compromise, yeah. Now, when compared to Scorch, the incendiary situation makes a lot more sense. Vi gets her incendiary grenades back faster than Scorch because she's a zoner, but Scorch deals more damage. That makes sense, and she's immune to it. So for the mythic perk, this doesn't matter since Cannon is the GOAT. Mythic ability perk, bigger and deadlier. The radius of each of Vi's poison clusters is increased by 20%. And for the mythic passive, Sweet Poison, Vi's passive returns 1 extra maximum HP for every 10 damage dealt with bullets. This mythic perk further strengthens Vi's ability to increase her maximum health as she gains 2 max HP total for every 10 bullet damage dealt. This seems like a fair perk for her to gain, considering she no longer has legendary bulletproof and her tenacity has been nerfed by a rarity. Yeah, I agree with that. I like the increase to the Vi poison, and with the energize, and you're going to be able to get it back, and volatile. Yeah, 20% larger. I'm trying to think of what that would look like because it's already big. I mean, you'd be able to like paint. It'd be like Splatoon. You'd be able to paint the whole thing. Document was a huge undertaking for me, but I enjoyed doing it nonetheless. Although Evil Mojo has stated that they don't want to make any drastic changes to the core of the game, I really want to see them implement changes like these, as I think it would only serve to benefit the game by further diversifying each rogue's uniqueness, tools, and playstyles. I also strongly believe that by giving players a choice between one of 2 mythic perks would help to bring some tactical play back into the game, something that I personally think Rogue Company lost a lot of and needs back. I wrote this document out of my sheer devotion and love for this game, so even if these changes don't get implemented, I appreciate anyone who reads or hears about my thoughts and discusses or debates on these ideas. I only wish to see the game improve from here, which I think we can all want to. I just strongly believe that these kinds of changes would be a great first step in achieving that. So, yeah, right. This is Jad or 3 Jad if you prefer signing off. I like that. So, like, let's look at some of these things, like, compared to some of the changes that were made recently. Like these are perks that you have to purchase in the game to give like these unique things, right? So like how is this any different? Or like a 10% movement speed at base for Sigrid. I still think that is such a massive change to her, since she's the only one that gets the 10% movement speed over any of these that are here, because all of these are like balanced around the idea and the fantasy of playing a specific character and what that character is capable of doing. I understand the Sigurd thing, but it just doesn't. I don't know. I think swapping life drain and tenacity is a much more intuitive and better way to address her weakness against lethals than giving her 25 armor and better speed. She also already has stems. I believe these changes are the best way to approach the devs' concern about Sigurd's win rate. So she'd have Shredder Rounds rare, Lifeline rare, Epic Energize, Epic Life Drain, Legendary Bulletproof, Legendary Tenacity. I mean, that's not a bad change at all with the perks. And like Bulletproof, it doesn't feel like it does enough. It doesn't feel like it has enough of a substantial damage negation. Whenever she has a shield already, like, I don't know. I've just got to where I don't really purchase Bulletproof all that much. I did when speed and toughness was kind of a thing, and there was already a reduction. You could stack it, but with this, it's like, I don't know. But I really like this. All these ideas in here. There's some incredible ideas in here, and I absolutely love it. So the document will be, here's what I'm going to do. Broguecast contributions in the Discord is going to stay a channel, but I'm going to clean it out, and I'm going to leave 3Jads, this updated document, and the original Mythic Perk document, and any other documents that have been sent to us. Like, I'm going to get rid of just the conversational things in Broguecast, and I'm going to leave everything in there so that everybody can revisit those ideas and those things at any time that they want to. And, you know, so that'll always be there. It'll just be cleaned up a little bit. It'll be less conversational and more like these are the things that people have contributed to the show in the past. So before we end the final episode of the Broguecast, I want to ask you guys real quick. As of right now, with the 3.5 Bounce House update, because I mean, in the future, I'm still going to be playing Rogue. I'm still going to be releasing content on it. We're still going to talk about it in some capacity, especially like during stream and things like that. But like, where do you guys sit at currently with the state of Rogue Company and Rogue Company moving forward?
Are you talking to us?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll keep
I'm
playing.
just waiting for somebody to take the lead.
I'll play. But I ain't happy.
I only play because y'all play, and it's gonna remain that way. They haven't impressed me.
I enjoy the game for what it is, and I mean, I have always enjoyed it since we started playing with it. But have I slowed down playing it? Yes. It's still enjoyable, but not like it's not the same. If that makes sense, like it's not the same type of.
Well, it's not what we bought into, right?
It's definitely not what it was.
Yeah.
What it can be.
Yeah.
Like we know what it can be, you know. And you said it earlier, like way in the pod, that you're saying it was arcadey, and like that's probably the best way to put it. Is like it's just became very arcadey. It's not very like strategical anymore. It's not really thought out anymore. It's just like, what is the next best thing that
Right.
we can get people to play the game? Whether it's a good change for the game, whether it's a needed change for the game, whether it's a wanted change for the game, they don't do that. They just do what they feel is going to make more people come into the game at the end of the day, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because yes, we do want more people to come to the game, absolutely. But if you can't fix the core fundamentals of the game, like all the normal stuff, like characters not even able to activate their C4s immediately on cooldowns, like as soon as you buy their perks, like there's just a lot of like dumb things that shouldn't be in the game that they just bat away with. But let's fix Fixer for the 287th time.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's that dumb shit.
Yeah. Well, Evil Mojo is over the property now, and with their first update, not impressed whatsoever. Like, it's the same thing that's happened every time that someone new has taken control of the reins. Let's reintroduce all these problems and have people complain about these problems because they're not going to get addressed for a while, and then they're going to have to spend time rolling some of those changes back because of how unbalanced everything is. Um, it was just like it's just one of those things where it's like, why are we going through the motions again? We've been through these motions with 4 or 5 different lead designers at this point now. I mean, we've done the same thing over and over again. Bounce House is like, the game mode itself is like, okay, they're thinking outside the box a little bit. So like that, okay, you're thinking outside the box there. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, why are we not thinking outside the box? And I guess you could chalk some of that up. Well, we make a hipfire sniper rifle. And it's like, yeah, but that's not going to really be all that well balanced. You got to think outside the box, but you got to think about the reality of the situation and how it's going to be played and the execution of it. I think if they can get whoever's leading the charge can get their mind wrapped around the idea of like, we can do cool and fun, interesting things and shake things up from time to time, and also not unbalance the game completely, we'll be all right. But it's I don't know. It's just them having so much time between updates and this proving it and then these updates coming out the way that they did. It's just, are we going to get stuck back into the objection situation where the objection was completely out of balance for over a season? And it was just an absolute nightmare to play. Yeah. So I don't know. I enjoy the game. I still like playing it. I mean, I have a lot of fun playing it. Whenever like we're just having a good time and not taking anything too serious, it's fun. But like once you get into server issues, matchmaking issues, things not working correctly, trying to master VV gets locked into crouch, don't have any emotes, don't have don't have any skins that I can apply. It's like whenever all this stuff starts happening, it's like almost what's the point? You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm still going to make content on it. That's going to continue to happen for sure. But we shall see what the future holds. But before we exit, I got something to show everybody. Hold on. Go. So this chair right here, this black chair broke. I was sitting in it the other day and almost fell out of it because it broke. So I brought this other chair in here, and now this cat thinks that it's Jungle Jim in here and's running across everything and just being a crazy person. Anyway, I got something to show everybody. This is the future. This is what the future holds for us, guys. Y'all ready for it? Throw it away.
Y'all ready for
It
this?
broke. It broke yesterday. To get it in my garbage can, I got to take it apart. I haven't had time to take it apart yet. I mean, all right. The future. We're going to start a new podcast. Not sure the date of starting yet. Foreplay Gaming.
Skirt.
Foreplay. Yeah, exactly, Thief. You get it.
Yeah, Thief, you get it.
So Foreplay Gaming, my type of play, exactly. So Foreplay Gaming is going to be another podcast, but it's going to be about general gaming industry news. It's going to be about what's coming out, hiccups that game studios, developers have, reception of communities to different games. It's going to be like an all-encompassing podcast about gaming news. So it could be about video games, it could be about other games, it could be about whatever. Just whatever we find interesting, whatever we like to talk about, we're going to talk about it. You know, Starfield only being released on Xbox, That's what we're going to talk about.
Pisses me off.
Yeah. The new Call of Duty game that's coming out and the reception of the community to the new Call of Duty game, talking about that. X Defiant continuously getting delayed because their lead developer can't keep his mouth shut on Twitter about how much they're going to overtake COD when COD's probably going to smack them in the dirt. We're going to talk about that. I mean, we're gonna talk about general gaming news and just the things that we find interesting, because we already do this. We already do this podcast. We just don't record it. We just talk about it when we're playing stuff. So it's something that we're going to format it out, sit down and legitimately talk about it. We're going to talk about things that people are currently playing, how they feel about those things, the reception that they have specifically. And it gives it, since there's 4 of us, if Garbo's playing whatever, Gran Turismo, I'm not going to play Gran Turismo, but I'm going to ask Garbo about Gran Turismo, and he'll have a perspective on it. So it kind of spreads the wealth on that just a little bit to everybody. That way, if somebody's playing something new and interesting, there can be like a little review thrown in there. So I think it'll be a fun time. It'll be way more involved as far as like community wide. So, and we'll have a Twitter, we'll have a email address, the whole 9 yards for people to contact us. And we'll start taking, and I haven't come up with a name. So if anybody comes up with because Broguecast contributions kind of like flows off the tongue, right? So what kind of foreplay contributions? Foreplay consents or something like I'm trying to come up with something, something good that kind of flows for people to contribute in that way, but I haven't come up with anything yet, So if anybody has any ideas out there, please feel free to drop them in the Discord, drop them in the chat, whatever. So, but that's the future. Not sure when the first episode, but we'll be recording it live. I'll be live streaming it. The Foreplay Hub. I like Foreplay Hub. But we will be, and I'm going to be restructuring the support tiers on YouTube. So Broguecast support is going to go out the window, probably be slotted in with Foreplay support, which is a funny name, just to think about. But we'll probably do the first episode like we're doing this episode open for everybody. That way, if everybody is interested, it'll be Foreplay support. I like that. I like that one too. But yeah, that's how we're going to do it. We'll get everything lined up. We'll be, letting everybody know how that shakes out moving forward. But yeah, that's what the future holds. Foreplay Q&A. That's kind of funny. Foreplay Q&A instead of TNA. See what I'm saying? Anyway, for the very final episode of the unofficial Rogue Company podcast, I'm here with Co-Reed.
I'm here with Dirt Lord.
I'm here with Garbo.
And I'm here with Griffin.
Why is that funny?
Because you just like it's because I just hear Corey and then you're saying it like right over me. So like that's why I was giggling. Yeah.
That's how that works.
He hasn't done it before.
Said it after him on my end. I don't know, man. Anyway,
It literally sounded like you said it on top of when he said it. That's why I giggled.
Like, anyway.
Because you did it earlier too. Like it sounded like it earlier. So, like I thought you were just doing something. Okay, but
No.
all right. I'll continue on. All right.
Did you say I'm here with Griffin?
Yes, I did.
He did.
Oh, okay. Because I was just sitting here like, what?
No, he totally
It
did.
just
Okay.
totally threw me
I just
off.
got
said it,
lost
but
in the
don't
whole
worry about it.
conversation there. But thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support over 60 episodes. We've been doing an episode every 2 weeks up until this episode. For 60 episodes, that's amazing. For a game that's produced by High Res, that got 20 million downloads at some point. So thank you guys so much for all of the contributions, all the support, all the conversations that sparked from it. And I hope to see everybody back on Foreplay because it's going to get steamy.
Mm.
You have a good one, guys.
Steamy.
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 Yeah. Been a pleasure to be hosted here. Thanks for coming on,
Is it,
Thief.
oh,
Yeah, I'm still,
it's
yeah,
over? Oh,
I'm still live, but I ended the recording.
all right. I'm going to bed.
All
I don't
right,
feel
man.
good, guys.
I
I'm
understand.
getting sick, man.
Yeah.
I
If you
got
need,
you.
if you need anything, call me. I'll bring it to
Garbo's
you.
fucking with me. I'm over here like,
You're dying and Garbo's
I
fucking.
don't feel good. at
Yeah.
all.
Dude, I seriously thought you were doing that. I don't know what's
I
going
know,
on.
man.
Okay.
My muscles are sore.
Drink some
Butt
Tussin.
muscles.
I don't have any.
Oh, okay. You want me to bring you
I
some?
got some whiskey that I'm drinking.
Oh, okay. I got you.
We'll swig of that.
I got you.
Later, guys.
Have a good
Got
one,
the
man.
best medicine. Later, man.
Later.
Can we do some foreplay? I don't even have the thing set up. So let me show you. I've been working on it. So this is kind of what I have set up, but without this. It's got a different background. Let me change the background image. So this is just me. Let's see, what was it called? It's so small I can't read it. All right, let me fix it. Oh, that's right. So this is like the chatting portion of it, and then this will be the. I'm thinking about going with this layout as the desktop portion of it. I'll probably have something in this top area, like right there. That way, something up there. And I may move this up here. I thought about putting it down here, but it almost blends in too much with the background there. So I may move it up here and maybe rearrange it. But I'm still trying to build the layouts for everything right now. And of course, I got to make a new transition for everything. But I love the color palette. So Gecko made the logo. So I got it. Gecko is pretty much Gecko and a special somebody knew about it, but I mean, it was Gecko. I had to hit him up. You know what I mean? But yeah, he made this right here. The thumbnail. This is going to be the live thumbnail. So, but yeah, I love this live thumbnail. I think it looks amazing. And I love the color palette that he went with, like that peach and purple color. It looks amazing. But yeah, is this my community or is this my company? I don't know. Maybe. Thanks for being featured on Broguecast. Has been amazing. Feels very validating that people who also play Rogue agree. Dude, 3Jed, you've been an incredible contributor to the Broguecast, man. Like just coming across your stuff on Reddit and like reading that on the Broguecast and then like getting involved to sending stuff directly. Thank you so much, man. Like you've done amazing things. And like I said, I'm going to leave the Mythic perk thing in the Discord for the Broguecast contributions. I'm also going to drop it in the creator Discord. Can't say that it'll get any traction or if anybody will actually read it or anything, but I'm definitely going to drop it in there. That way, you know, because I mean, I make like incredible ideas. So, you know. But all right, guys, I think I'm fixing to skedaddle. It's almost 1:30. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not exactly sure when we're going to do the first episode of the foreplay. It'll be sometime in October, but I'm not 100% certain when we're going to do it. So whenever I find out, I'll be sure to let everybody know. I'll probably tweet about it and then put something on YouTube about us recording it. And it's going to be open so everybody can come in and just kind of see, because it's going to be formatted similar to Broguecast, but it's going to be, you know, it'll be a little bit more because there won't be a community section. The community section will happen within the topic itself. So if we're going to talk about Call of Duty, we may bring up like what specific people that play strictly Call of Duty say about it, things like that. So it'll have a little bit of a different flow, but it'll still be somewhat familiar. So what's going on, Thief? Before I go, are you going to propose to me?
That's what I'm talking about, Thief.
This community loves you. You absolute legend. 256 crew stand up. Man, thank you, Thief. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, will you marry me? Absolutely. Absolutely. You may be thanking me for my contributions, but really I should be thanking you for giving me a platform. I mean, 3Jed, like,
Quit it.
yeah. Well, it's just the amazing ideas that you come up with and the things that you've said and your way of looking at things, very kindred spirited there. Cause I look at things in a very weird way, like not weird, but like in a very specific kind of way. And I like being able to have that conversation and being able to see other people's takes and opinions, especially on that level, because it's like, things you never think about, and then once you start diving into it, it's like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So thank you. I very much appreciate it. And, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle, guys, but thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us. The full episode, it'll be cut down. Of course, I'll cut some of the stuff out, like the weird stuff out. It'll be available on Monday. So anybody that missed it, if you're skimming through the live right now, it'll be available Monday. So be sure to check that out. I'll be live Sunday. Not exactly sure what we're playing yet, but I will definitely be live on Sunday. So be sure to check that out. I don't even have it.
It's a click away.
I know, but I'm broke. Sunday
know.
Payday. I might play Payday on Sunday. I'm not exactly sure what time I'm going to be streaming either,
Okay.
but I'm going to keep the stream up as well. It'll still be up. So there'll be two different versions of the pod, just like whenever we recorded the broadcast with the broadcast porter tier. All those are still up, and I'm going to keep all those up. But yeah, guys, have a great one. I will catch you guys on Sunday. Have a great start. Have a great start to your weekend, and everybody take care out there. Be good to one another, and I will catch you guys on the flippity. Later, guys.